In just a moment, I'll be signing 9 different bills.
What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I've been letting you know here on the channel that this was coming. President Joe Biden is signing an assortment of different bills into law to help provide provisions. Now, that is good. However, here in Congress, as you know, with politics, timing is everything, and a lot of people are very upset about the timing, but they want to make sure that as we come up to these elections, it's fresh in the minds of voters. This is your Build Back Better stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you video footage. Let me know your thoughts, as we're hearing that the majority of voters are saying that they believe that those in Congress are only doing this for self-serving purposes. Only 1 out of 5 believe that they are doing it to help out their communities. And they're also very upset with the way things are being run. They do not approve of Biden, and they're saying that our economy, it is going in the wrong direction. Now, let me know your thoughts. You're not going to want to miss this video footage. And take a look, you guys. I'll let you know that we're going to be seeing more provisions passed. Checks are very much so a possibility as we get closer to these elections. They're going to want to incentivize voters right before they hit the polls, because let's be honest, if they pass, say, stimulus checks through executive order right now in the middle of June, 5 months from now, when people hit the polls, is that going to be fresh in their minds? Do you remember what happened 5 months ago from now? Infrastructure bill, omnibus. A lot of people forgot about a lot of the stuff they've done. So, unfortunately, it's just the way it is. They're very concerned about the timing of passing legislation. Now, I think that's very unfortunate because people are hurting right now. And it's very upsetting that all of these promises have been made from over a year ago, and they're going to wait right till elections to pass them. And that's just the way that things are unfolding. It's unfortunate. I'm going to keep you up to date, but we're hearing that there is a possibility that a lot of this is going to be coming back. And take a look at what just came through. Links in the description below. Watch President Biden sign 9 bipartisan bills into law to benefit veterans. Supporting the veterans, trying to get them on board, reminding them that we're doing things for you as well. Take a look. Biden signs a bill to improve access to mammograms for vets exposed to burn pits. And watch the president sign legislation to improve health care for veterans. I'm going to be sharing with you the video footage so you can see exactly what the president had to say yesterday when he signed these 9 bills into law. And as I mentioned, they're going to be signing a whole lot more legislation. Anticipate that on the horizon, between now and elections, there's going to be a lot of activity coming in Congress for legislation. We're already hearing Joe Manchin is getting back on board to sign more stuff. And take a look, we're hearing it's needed. As I mentioned, exasperated Biden has only himself to blame as his poll numbers sink below that of Trump's. However, as they begin to pass more and more legislation for people, as we ramp up to these midterm elections, we'll see if the approval starts to increase as they start to help out more people. And as I mentioned to you, Joe Manchin, take a look at this. If you missed it yesterday, you might want to check it out. He's saying he's on board. They are working away right now to pass a reconciliation stimulus bill for Build Back Better, or revised. Now, we're hearing that it's going to be slimmed down significantly. All the provisions that progressive Democrats have wanted to see, like reoccurring monthly checks, child tax credits, all of these provisions, they have been stripped out, but they're saying whatever does not pass through, they're going to be passing through executive orders by the president to get things done and remind voters to be in their favor right before they hit the polls. Now, also, you guys, a lot of people are saying just cut right to the checks. Okay, people need 4th federal level checks. Most popular provision that there is, over 80% of people say we need another check. And also, we're hearing it was the top provision to help fight poverty at this time. And they're also saying reallocate existing funds that are just sitting there. It won't add to the debt. You already allocated it through previous stimulus packages. Just repurpose it for checks and use it while it's just sitting there in the account. And if you missed my previous video on it yesterday, you might want to check it out as we cover all the details, the legality of it, and how this was actually proposed by former President Donald Trump. So you guys, check that out right after this one, but let's dive into the video footage and get you caught up on the latest as to what the president has done and the polls and how they're saying he needs to do stuff right away. Now, also, you guys, consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth, personal finance. I'm going to keep you up to date on everything going on with the real estate market, creating businesses, stocks, crypto. Keep an eye out on that channel if you're interested. I'll pin a comment down below, click the link, go subscribe, turn on notifications. Also, let's go ahead and dive into the video footage, but before we do, if you appreciate the updates here on this channel, don't forget, take a quick second, Smash the like button. Helps me out a ton. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Come join the Ram Fam. All it takes is one click of that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you're notified right away. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. And right now, working on a comprehensive list of all checks on all levels for cities, counties, and states. So that way you don't miss out on any money, because we're hearing 90% of the people that are eligible for this money, they don't even know these programs exist, and they're missing out. And I'm reporting to you almost every other day now of new programs happening in various states and counties, and people don't think it's real. But it is. But the money is only available for a limited time and for a limited amount of eligible people. And if they don't get it, it just goes back to the government. So I want to make sure that you don't miss out. I'm going to keep you up to date. Stay up to date here on this channel. But you guys, let's dive into the video footage, and let's start off with these polls, and then let's hear directly from the president when he signed those bills yesterday.
Welcome to Meet the Press Now. I'm Chuck Todd, and thanks for streaming with us. As we say around here, if it's Tuesday, voters are voting somewhere. And today, that somewhere is a group of 7 states from coast to coast, New Jersey to California, plus Mississippi, Montana, New Mexico, and Iowa and South Dakota. And the one with the most races we're watching the closest is our friends in California. What happens in California tonight could give us some clues about the directions of both parties, including how voters in the nation's most progressive state are feeling these days about issues like crime, homelessness, and inflation in 2 of its biggest cities. But whether voters across the country make their voices heard tonight at the ballot box, or whether they send an even more powerful message by staying home, we have some flashing red sirens to start the show with today. Signs that America could be in the midst of a big political depression. Check out these numbers from Pew. Nearly 2/3 of Republicans and Democrats, something they actually agree on, say that all or most people who run for office do so because they want to serve their own personal interests. Democrats and Republicans, as I said, don't agree on much these days, but they seem to agree on that. Just 21%. Basically, 1 in 5 Americans think that all or most candidates who run for office do so because they want to serve their community. Just 20% of the country thinks that about anybody running for elective office. Add that cynicism to our latest NBC poll that shows 75% of the country believing we're on the wrong track, and you've got an angry, disinterested electorate that's hostile to most folks with a title like congressman or congresswoman in front of their name. And on the campaign trail, the word politician itself is being used as an epithet. Check out these ads.
Illegal immigration is bringing in drugs and crime, taking jobs South Carolinians need. And career politician Russell Fry hasn't done enough to protect our borders.
8 times in a row, politician Greg Raths increased our tax rates and fees. Just like Biden and the liberals, Raths makes California unaffordable. We pay more, he makes more. That's politician Greg Raths.
Politician or career politician. Kind of a 4-letter word of sorts. It's important to note both those ads are for the incumbents in their respective House races. They're attacking, yes, politicians. Look, there's a saying at one of the newspapers here in Washington, democracy dies in darkness. But you can just as easily say that democracy dies in apathy. And if people believe that the concept of public service is a myth, and they let that cynicism, their cynicism toward government, keep them home on election days, where they could ostensibly elect quality lawmakers, we're headed to a bad place.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you agree with those polls? Do you feel like right now the politicians, they're only self-serving, they're not helping us out, the economy is going in the wrong direction, and they are not helping out the American people and in time? Let me know in the comments down below. But also, let's take a look at what the president signed into law and what he had to say yesterday about helping out veterans. And we just had Memorial Day, and we celebrated and remembered and honored those that gave the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom in this country. Thank you to those of you that have served. But you guys, let's take a look at this and let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
In just a moment, I'll be signing 9 different bills with overwhelming bipartisan support that improve care for our veterans and honor their service and their sacrifice. And you've heard me say it many times before. Our nation has many obligations. It only has one truly sacred obligation. And I mean it, and I've been saying this for over 35 years, sacred obligation. And that's to prepare and equip those we send into harm's way and to care for them and their families when they come home. It's a sacred obligation, because veterans are the backbone, the spine of who we are as a country. Less than 1% of the population risk everything to defend our nation. and our values and everything we hold dear. And you know, the 99% of us who don't, we owe them. We owe them big. And that's what today's all about. Remaining bills focus not just on our veterans' past, but the success of their future. We're going to strengthen the oversight of the VA's activities so veterans get the care they deserve, and restoring educational assistance benefits so veterans displaced by COVID-19 can continue to gain new skills to meet the demands and changing the workforce. Look, let me close with this. Last week, we commemorated Memorial Day. And a reminder that our veterans and our military families represent literally the best of America, the best of America. We can never fully repay the debt to all of you, but I promise that my administration will always have your back. I made that commitment when I ran, and I commit that now, and the men and women sitting before me made a similar commitment. We mean it. This is something we Bidens take personally. Every veteran and family member of a veteran who serves has made our lives, our liberty, and our very nation possible. We owe you. We owe you. And we thank you.
So there you have it, you guys. Now, we're going to be seeing what other legislation unfolds. So he just passed these bills for veterans. What other provisions, what other bills are going to be coming? And we're hearing, as I mentioned, a lot of this is going to start ramping up, especially as we get closer to these elections. They're going to want it to be fresh in the minds of voters that they're passing things in your favor right before you hit the polls. And I'll be sure to keep you up to date on all of this. And as I mentioned, too, if they can't pass legislation, we're very likely going to be seeing more executive orders and executive actions from the president to push things through. I'll keep you up to date on everything. And as always, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to take a quick second, smash the like button if you appreciate the content. It helps me out with the algorithm a ton. Leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. Just take a quick second to smash the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. Consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, and also keep an eye out for a comprehensive list of all checks so you don't miss out on anything. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.